The title of this video is Fear of Trusting People. So you probably have met at least one person in your life who says, I don't trust easily, I need more space, I need more time, I need this, I need that, before I'm going to commit to a relationship. So there's actually a lot of people in the dating scene and just out there in general who have a lot of fear of trusting people. Now, what is that about and how do you fix it? That's what you're going to learn in this video. So, first of all, to be afraid of trusting people, grow up. Like, are we in kindergarten or what? Because you see, you can't trust people, obviously. You can, but you don't choose to trust. First of all, it's your body, it's your subconscious that trusts. And your subconscious needs reasons to trust somebody. What are these reasons is the first thing you need to know before you can even think about choosing to open up and to commit and to attach. Because fear of trusting is an attachment problem. If I don't trust you, I'm not going to attach to you, which means I'm not going to commit to you, which means I'm not going to be able to be loyal to you, which means I'm unstable. I'm not to be trusted. So people who don't trust others are not to be trusted, ironically. To fix that, you need to know, how do you trust somebody? What is it that you need to trust somebody? Now, most of the time, actually 99% of the time, people who have fear of trusting have a lack of boundaries. And a lack of values, probably too. They don't know what they need to trust people. If you knew what your subconscious needs, which by the way is the same thing that every subconscious person needs, your body, in order to trust somebody, needs the same that my body and every other body needs. So what does the human body need to trust? Simple. Is the other person, whoever you're dealing with, at least 8 out of 10 times doing what they say? Do they mean what they say? Are they honest about what they feel and what they need with you? Do they tell you what they want? And when you tell them what you want, do they respond rationally and cooperatively? And if your answer is yes to all of these questions, then you can trust them. Because if you can trust that yes, that's the problem. You see, people who have that issue, they have an issue with themselves, not with other people. Because chances are, there's a lot of people out there who do have a yes with all of those questions. Meaning, there's lots of people who are giving enough to be trusted. To the body, to your subconscious. Now, who's between you and your subconscious? You. So the problem is you. If you can't trust others, has nothing to do with them, because most likely there is somebody that you don't trust but who fills all the prerequisites. So what's going on? Let's say you actually commit to somebody in a relationship and you're giving them all of these things and they still don't trust you. Like, what's going on? It's because they don't trust that you are to be trusted. They don't trust that you are to be trusted. What does that mean? That means they're not trusting their own instincts, their own intuition, their own subconscious, their own mind. Their mind is ready to attach, but they don't trust that mind. So they say, I don't trust you. No, that's a lie. You see, that's a form of gaslighting. It's a fantasy defense. Like I always say. It always comes down to fantasy, doesn't it? Always comes down to lying to yourself and to lying to other people. Interesting, isn't it? Almost all problems that we humans face in relationships are because of lies, deception, illusion. Illusions that we believe to be true. Somebody who doesn't trust others doesn't trust themselves. That's all. It's a projection. It's a blame game. It's a victim state, victim mentality. Anybody who says that, they are giving responsibility over their feelings to the external. But why are they doing this? They just don't know. They are unconscious. They have no idea that they don't trust their own instincts. And they say, maybe they do know that they don't trust their own instincts. And they say, well, I don't trust my own instincts because of them. Because of what other people have been doing to me. Which, of course, is a child's excuse. Are we in kindergarten? Like I said in the beginning. Do you understand now why I said that? Why I have triggered any person who's watching this video. Oh, you call me a kindergarten child? Yes, exactly what I'm calling you. If you don't trust people. You are in kindergarten. Grow up. Okay? Because the problem is not other people. Stop the blame game. This is so funny, eh? Like, we are in kindergarten. I mean, look around. We're living in a madhouse. People are going insane, having no psychological awareness of why they are doing something. I don't trust them because blah, blah, blah. No. It's you. Which is good, because if a problem is you, then it can be fixed. However, on the other side, if you, watching this video, if you are somebody who doesn't have this issue, if you do trust people, and on the flip side, you know someone who's telling you that they don't trust you, they can't trust you, now you know why. It has nothing to do with you. This is an attachment issue, born out of attachment trauma. A person's attachment system is not grounded in reality. It's grounded in the past. When a primary caregiver has betrayed the person so severely that it was a healthy survival mechanism to say, I'm not going to attach. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, I'm not going to do it. Because that was the most efficient strategy in an unpredictable environment in which sometimes you're getting the care, sometimes you're not, hot and cold. Whether the caregiver is an avoidant attachment person or a narcissist, this is the best a person could do. To not attach, to not trust. Because whoever we were dealing with was not to be trusted. It's an adaptation to the environment. So, if somebody comes out of a relationship where they have been abused, which by the way, of course, is a karmic situation. Yeah? Every toxic relationship is based on the person's childhood. What are they willing to tolerate? If somebody has been in an abusive relationship in which their trust was broken, and now they say, I can't trust anybody because they did something shady, and I didn't see it coming, of which of course they did see it coming, but they were just in denial. If they say that, it's because they were repeating their childhood, And instead of blaming their childhood, they are blaming the other person. Oh no, it is not about me and my environment and me adapting to my environment. No, no, no. It's about the other person forcing me to not trust. So I can stay in my shell. I'm a victim. They are the ones who force me not to attach. So I will not attach to protect myself because I am justified in my dysfunction. I am justified in my toxicity, which is my comfort zone. Because that's all I've ever known. And it's more difficult to rewire my brain, to have the courage to change. Because chances are, I did try to change. I did try to trust people. I did try to attach. And the moment I did, it backfired. Why? Because I wasn't actually trusting. I have no idea how to trust. I have no idea how it works because I've never done it. So therefore, I just let go of all my boundaries. I have opened up my defenses. I have dissociated from my body like the hanged man in tarot. And I call this trusting. No. That's putting yourself on an altar to be food for the impulsors, to be food for a narcissist or psychopath. That is not trusting people. So how does trust work for somebody who's never known trust? Because that's what you're dealing with. Anybody who says, I mean anybody, 10 out of 10 people, who say they don't trust others, they've never trusted others. Never! Yes, never. Yeah, but at some point I did. No, stop it. Cut it out. Stop lying to yourself. Get psychologically aware of what's going on inside your body. Be honest with yourself. You didn't trust the person. You gave yourself on an altar. You pretended to trust. You pretended that this is what trusting looks like by giving yourself to the other person. That's not trusting. That's just acting, fake it till you make it, and then call it the real thing, and then complain that it didn't work. That's a definition of insanity, if I've ever seen one. So stop that lying shit. I'm not hearing this. Okay? Because anybody, I know, people will be triggered to hear this, oh, you're so toxic. Yeah. I'm saying this because it's the truth. I'm not caring about protecting people's feelings. I'm caring about protecting the truth, realization. Get triggered to heal, because you need to hear what is really going on. It's a fantasy defense. You trust people. How? How does trust even look like? Let me explain. So, when you trust someone, you will see that they are trustworthy. They will give you reasons to trust them. And then, your body will trust automatically. Okay? However, if you've been traumatized severely and you've never trusted anyone, there's a rigid survival pattern at play that is going to sabotage even the connections that are trustworthy. How is it going to do that? It's going to create fear of abandonment. It's going to create anxiety in your system. It's going to create a projection of an impending doom, a betrayal about to happen. Your mind is always projecting the past. So when your mind is projecting the past, you need to be aware of this. Am I dealing with the person, or am I dealing with a projection? Because when you are able to tell that your mind is projecting, there's no problem. Like I said at the beginning, to trust somebody means they keep their word, they do what they say, They hold space for your needs and they express their own needs. That's all you need. If you don't trust somebody, if those 4 prerequisites are met, problem is not the other person. Problem is your mind is still projecting the past. How do you make it stop? By focusing on reality, looking at reality, observing reality, waiting. Because when you are with somebody who's trustworthy, you spend time with them 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, however long you need, until your body accepts reality. That's all. When they are truly trustworthy, it's only a matter of time until your body accepts it. Because the body isn't a monkey, okay? It's not a hopeless victim. No matter how hard it feels to trust. This is a survival pattern of wiring, programming. The body is dealing with a past. So you need to create a new past. The body is projecting a story. So it's time for a new story. So this is why people who do suffer from abandonment trauma, they need people to heal. You need at least one safe person to spend enough time with until your body accepts this is the current reality. And you need to eliminate, remove assertively every single relationship in which you know the person is not trustworthy. They do not respect your needs. They are not honest about their own needs. And they are not dependable. Those people need to be eliminated. Why? Because your body, since it's been wired for a pathological environment, it will choose that environment again. And when your body, being your enemy, chooses that, you have to interfere. You have to eliminate those relationships which your body is recreating. You have to eliminate the past, which has become the present. And by taking yourself out of the past, you are rewiring your body. Because now you're choosing that you're not going to settle for anything less than trustworthy connections. So you are no longer even thinking about putting yourself on a sacrificial altar in order to deal with your anxiety, which of course is ridiculous. But that's exactly what psychotic people do. Do you know what happens when people go into New Age? They go into monasteries, they go on 10-day Vipassana retreats, or they get into drug addictions, traveling addictions, or any addictions of any kind, even sex addiction. It's because they've never trusted anybody. Their body is full of anxiety, and the only way that they're coping with it is by dissociating, by leaving their body. So they get attracted to activities in which you also leave your body. Whether it's sex, I know it sounds funny, but actually people do this. You know, these kinds of players mind game players, manipulators, who go from relationship to relationship, monkey branching, without actually attaching to anybody. That's people who don't trust others. Do you know those people who are addicted to weed and they're smoking every day because they got so much anxiety, but they can't sit still for one day? These are people who don't trust others. And do you know these people who go from plant medicine to plant medicine retreat, always looking for the next high, always looking for the next experience, the next dopamine hit? Those are people who can't relax because they don't trust anybody. And do you know these people who say, I can't commit to you, I'm just looking for fun, I just want to have a good time, I just need my dopamine. They don't trust anybody. So if you're looking around, there seems to be a lot of people like that. I wonder what's going on there. Attachment trauma, betrayal, abandonment issues. It's pretty common. It's apparently very normal. Lots of people have it, and it's very easy to fix. All you need is one person. One safe person that is trustworthy. Spend time with them. Eliminate all other connections when not trustworthy. After 6 to 12 months, thank me. Because the problem is solved. Because your body has now adapted to the new environment. That's how long it takes. 6 to 12 months for the body to adapt to a new environment, to rewire your nervous system. So when you're no longer anxious, you're no longer needing the drugs, no longer needing the dopamine hit, all these problems that people find so difficult to fix, grow up. You need boundaries, eliminate the toxic, stick to the healthy. That's it. I know, it sounds too easy, doesn't it? That's because it is. But when you go online, going to all these relationship coaches, all this advice about, yeah, you need to do this strategy and that strategy and this strategy. Forget the strategies. Eliminate the toxic, stick to the healthy. That's it. How do you know what healthy looks like? They do what they say and they don't betray you when you say what you need. That's it. Oh, but there's nobody like that. There's nobody that's safe. Really? Really? You mean to tell me that there's not a single normal person? No, that is nonsense. Yeah, all of these are excuses. But the mind will generate all kinds of excuses to justify staying in the past, staying a victim, staying in a shell, not trusting people because it's not safe. Okay. But that's a choice. Let there be no mistake that if you meet somebody like that who says they don't trust people, they've been choosing this for a while. They've been choosing to refuse to trust somebody even when they're trustworthy. And that, my dear, is a problem. That's quite severe form of self-sabotage. Yeah, that's some toxic shit. And you shouldn't tolerate this. Do not wait around for this person to get more space, to be more comfortable, when they're emotionally unavailable. And they're showing you through their behavior over and over again that the one person that is not to be trusted is them.